Well, it's time for a channel update. Welcome back to 10 Minute Tech, and in this one I wanted to talk about just a few of the things I've been working on for the past 2 months while I have not had anything posted here. And the main one is working on my workstation build. So what I've got here is a 7940X. This is a couple steps down from the 7980XE. It has 14 cores and a little bit smaller of a cache, and they're at lower turbo speeds. But for an editing rig, that's completely fine. Single core performance is important, but more cores will help with editing, and this will be able to run all of those heavy instructions without a problem. It will be hot, so I'm going to be building a full water cooling rig around it. I've got a couple radiators on their way, and I'll be documenting that build on this channel, so stay tuned for that one. Another project I'm working on is, if you check here, I did an unboxing and early impressions of this Raspberry Pi 4, and I've used it for a couple things. Up until now, I've used it for a Pi-hole, which is a DNS kind of ad blocker. It kind of stands in front of your normal internet connection, checks the DNS connections that's going out, and compares them against the list that it knows are ads. And you could block all of your ads that way on your home network. So that's a pretty neat use of it. I've also used it as a home server for my 3D printer. And I'll be covering both of those in a future video, but those are some of the things I've been working on with a little 3D printer I have, the Monoprice Mini Select. And it's a pretty neat printer. And with this, you can actually set up a webcam and have it streamed over the network. And if you have your network set up, you can have that streamed over dynamic DNS onto your home website, for instance. And that's a pretty cool use for this little board that you can do. And that's something that I thought was worth covering in a video. So I'll be covering both of those things. I do have a couple other plans in mind. I've got an old NHD 14 that's about 10 years old, and I wanted to see really how that compares to a newer cooler, say an HD 15 or a modern AIO, and really if there had been advancements from those old coolers to the new. So that's something else that I have planned, and hopefully some of these will start to flesh themselves out as we go through the new year. And hopefully on this new workstation build, it'll start that new year off right. So this has just been a little channel update of what I've been working on the past few months and what to look forward to in the future. Feel free to chime in down at the comments if you have any comments, suggestions, or things that you would like to see me work on or mod. I've still got that 2080 Ti, and I plan on doing a voltage mod on that in the future and getting some dry ice or liquid nitrogen on it. And I've got that X58 platform too that I plan on getting liquid nitrogen onto. I've got an unlocked CPU, and hopefully we'll just see how far that can go. Hopefully it could get 5 gigahertz on 6 cores and match an 8700K. I don't think it'll match clock for clock, but it should get pretty close, and it'd be cool to see how far that almost 10-year-old tech can go. Well, if you like this kind of content, go ahead and subscribe so you'll be ready